Hi guys, so I'm not sure what's going on with the other videos. They are filmed. They're currently being processed on YouTube right now, but for some reason they're not working. The other two videos were the hair tutorial and then the makeup tutorial. Not sure what's going on with YouTube right now, but it's just not working. So I figured I'd at least get the FAQ, well, not the FAQ, but the Q&A up tonight. Just considering I've been saying that I'm going to upload things and then I haven't. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. So all these questions were sent to me via my Askbots on Tumblr, and they're all from anonymous people messaging me. So I would say who they're from, but I can't. So I'll go ahead and get started. The first one is, I'm nervous about getting a job. Did you have that, and do you have any advice? Well, I will say the first time that I ever went to my job interview for Journeys, I was a wreck. One, because I pretty much already knew everyone there, so I knew that they knew what I was like already, but for some reason going into a professional, I mean, I know it's Journeys, but it is professional, still a job interview. Going into that setting was kind of hard. All in all, you just kind of have to remind yourself that it's just a job interview. There are people, they're gonna understand that you're nervous, they know. And I know you're gonna keep telling yourself that, oh, they're, higher up than me, so they're obviously gonna think it's weird that I'm being, whatever way that you are when you're nervous, but I promise it's fine. Just go into it being confident and knowing that they're gonna like you for you being you. Be upfront about it. If you are nervous, say that you're nervous. It's not a big deal. That's what I did. We ended up finding common ground. We talked about music. We just pretty much just really talked about the company as a whole. Just try to be nice, obviously, engage in conversation. Try not to just do some of these, and just don't shy away, and don't try to make it as well, just don't try to make it awkward. Just do whatever you can to relax yourself. Before going to the job interview, I listened to music. I drove around in my car for a little bit just to get some of the nerves shaken off. It's always going to be intimidating. It's always going to be a little hard. But once you get in there and you start talking and you get more comfortable, it's going to be 10 times easier than you think it is, I promise. The next question is, my first concert and what was it like? My first concert was October 25th, 2009, and it was the Glamour Kills tour, and it was All Time Low, the Friday Night Boys, Hey Monday, and We the Kings. And since All Time Low has been my favorite band, it was really cool for my first concert being an All Time Low show. It was incredible, and it surpassed any expectations that I had for it. I remember it was when I first moved to Florida, and I was so excited after I saw the ad in one of the newspapers. We were sitting in Euroking, I remember. My mom pointed it out, and I was like, I already saw it, I really want to go. And she's like, oh, well, I got you tickets, so we're going. And that was just really, really cool. That's where I first fell in love with Cassidy Pope, because she's beautiful in every way possible. But, all in all, it was one of the best concerts I've ever been to, and I think that might have just been because it was my first concert and my first time really seeing All Time Low and seeing what they were about, which is still really cool for me. But so there's that. The next question is, do you live by yourself, and how is your relationship with your family? No, I do not. I currently live with my mom and her boyfriend in Florida. My relationship with them is, I mean, I love them. They're my mom, and her boyfriend's been in my life since I was 8 or 9, probably a little sooner than that as far as I remember. We don't agree on a lot of things, but at the end of the day, she's still my mom, he's still her boyfriend, can't really do much about that. My relationship with my dad is awesome though. Currently in Tennessee visiting him right now, hence why you see all the men's clothes and the Bowflex in the mirror behind me. But my relationship with my dad is pretty awesome. I love it. Kind of sucks that I live so far from him, but I see him as much as I can. Next question is my favorite items of clothing. Pretty much all of my black pants, considering that's all that I wear. This cardigan that I'm wearing right now because it's my boyfriend's, and then my one little black crop top that I love because it fits me so well, and it makes me have like the weird hourglass figure. And I know that sounds really dumb, but I'm a girl, what do you want from me? The next one is like a bunch of questions in one, so we'll just do it question at a time. First one, favorite color. Probably either maroon or purple. I mean, I've literally got both of those going on right now, but favorite place to go, probably here to my dad's house just because it's homey. It's one of my favorite places ever, mostly because my dad lives here and I love Tennessee. I love the mountains. I love everything about it, so it's pretty cool. How many piercings do you have? I have 7. Yeah, 7. Do I have a favorite piercing and tattoo? My favorite piercing is, well, technically it's 2, but my double nostril, just because that was like what I've always wanted since I like first started piercing myself. Or not myself, but, well, kind of. You know what I mean. My favorite tattoo is my ribcage one, which is the All Time Low lyrics that were handwritten out by Alex Gaskarth himself, that I got on my 18th birthday. Any nicknames? I've got some from my dad, and they're embarrassing, so I'm not gonna say them on the internet. Favorite store? Forever 21, just because it's relatively cheap and their clothes fit me really well majority of the time. Dream car, literally could not care less. I just want something that'll run and that gets decent mileage. I'm not picky about that at all. Dream place to live, I don't really know. I don't have like a dream place. Like obviously like most people be like, oh, somewhere tropical, or oh, the UK, or somewhere like that. Honestly, I just want to live somewhere that there's not a lot of traffic, that isn't ridiculously hot all the time, looking at you, Florida, and just somewhere that I can be happy. Favorite food? Sushi, hands down. And then you left a bunch of really nice comments, which is awesome, so thank you for being so sweet. The next question is, what do you and your boyfriend like to do when you hang out? Colin and I literally just watch movies, watch TV, we'll go out to eat. We're not an exciting couple, I'm not gonna lie. We're really boring people, actually. And I think it's just because we both don't like going out in public unless we have to. Like, the last time we hung out, we literally just like sat in my bed and watched Titanic and cuddled for like the whole movie. Kind of. Kidding. But, I mean, regardless, we really don't do anything like too exciting. When I get back to Florida, we're pretty much just planning on watching more movies and cuddling some more, so I'm sorry if you were looking for like some big spicy answer about he and I. You're not really gonna get one. Favorite foods? I already said that, sushi, but I'll answer it again. The next question, what's your favorite color your hair has been so far and why? Color-wise, the red. Hands down, the red is always gonna be my favorite. However, it just got to be too much upkeep and I couldn't justify spending $30+ on it every other week anymore just to keep it as bright as I want it, so I'm digging the brown as of right now. It's definitely a change of pace. I'm not used to being able to wash my hair every day. I don't know what this piece of hair is doing. I'm sorry, I keep touching it. The brown is definitely really nice, but the red's always going to be my favorite. Somebody asked, I don't know if it was necessarily for the FAQ or the Q&A, but I figured it'd be fun to answer it on here. Do you think you are a narcissist or a pessimist when it comes to yourself? I will say I can be quite narcissistic at times. When I think I look good, everyone knows it. And I was actually just having a conversation about my dad. I'm a very, 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 very big pessimist. And my two reasons for that are, one, when you are a pessimist, either you are pleasantly surprised when the outcome is better than you were expecting, or you're right because the outcome is just as shitty as you thought it would be. So yes, I'm a narcissist and a pessimist. Not always a narcissist, but you know. And somebody asked me this question. Don't know if it was for the Q&A or not, but I decided to make it into the Q&A question. Just because I really wanted to have a well thought out answer that was more personal, like face-to-face kind of thing. I mean, I know obviously I'm not sitting in your living room with you having some coffee, but I'm on your computer screen or phone, whatever. And that's better than me answering this via text. How did you become so confident with your body? I have friends and family that tell me that I'm fine and pretty and all that, but I still can't help comparing myself to other girls or girls in general. If you've ever felt uncomfortable about your body, what have you done? I've never, ever really been like super comfortable with my body. Up until very recently, I hated the way that I looked. I didn't like wearing shorts. I didn't like wearing tight clothes. I didn't like going out in public unless I really, really had to. Like, I knew people were always like, obviously I had very red hair, but like I knew people were looking at me and I knew people were probably being like, oh, what's that girl doing? Like, she's not cute, she's not pretty. And that always really, really took a toll on me, and that always made me feel like less than a human because other people were thinking that I wasn't pretty. And up until recently, I'd always been like, I don't know why I'm even going out in public. There's no point in walking out into the world because everyone's just looking at me and thinking that I'm ugly and whatever, all that stuff. Like, everyone has those thoughts. But again, like, up until recently, I started realizing it literally doesn't matter what anybody else thinks of you. At the end of the day, you have to be confident with yourself and you have to love yourself. Those other people, like those strangers, those girls that you're comparing yourself to, you don't have to be them and they don't have to be you. Like, you don't have to live with them constantly telling you like that, hey, you don't look like me, so you're not pretty. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, like, you have to be able to look in the mirror and tell yourself that, like, you're pretty. And I never really thought that I was up until, like, I started not giving two fucks what people had to think about me. And within, like, finding that confidence to, like, not care about what anybody else says, like, I've been so much happier. Anytime I get anything mean said to me now, I just kind of laugh at it, or like I'll say some snarky remark. Like, I couldn't care less. I really, really couldn't. Like, I'm 10 times happier with the way that I look now because I'm not letting myself be influenced by other people or comparing myself to other people. I mean, it's in our human nature to compare ourselves to others. It's always gonna be in, like, the forefront of our mind that, like, okay, well, I don't look like them, but if I did, it'd be cool. But I'm me, so that's 10 times better, right? Right. It's like our human nature. We're always gonna be looking at somebody and being like, oh, well, if I had their nose, like, I'd be a little bit cuter. Or if my hair was like theirs, then I'd be prettier. But, like, in all, you're just pretty just the way you are. You don't have to worry about what anybody else thinks of you. As long as you can, like, look at yourself at the end of the day and just be like, alright, You're good. And the more that you start telling yourself that, like, you're pretty and that you don't have to compare yourself to other people and that people are gonna like you for the way that you are, the happier you're ultimately gonna be in the long run. Because I'm not gonna lie, when I beat myself up and I constantly was like, why don't I look like her? Why don't people like me? Why this? Why that? I was in this pit of like depression and I wanted to change everything about myself. Like, and after a while, I realized I don't need to change anything about myself to like me or to get people to like me. And the more I thought about it, the more I realized that if people were only liking me because I'm changing my appearance and who I am, then I don't really want those people in my life in the first place. They don't deserve to be there if they can't hang out with me or date me because I don't look the way that they want me to look, you know? Just tell yourself that you're better than that. You're better than any bad thing that anyone has to say about you. You're you, and that's awesome. So just keep that in the back of your mind. The next question was cat or dog person. I'm a cat person. All the way. Cats are 10 times better. The next question, do your parents have any opinions on your piercings and tattoos? My mom's boyfriend hates them. I still have to hide all of my tattoos. He knows I have them, but I have to hide them. My mom knows about them. She just really doesn't care at this point because she knows I'm going to do it anyways. My dad doesn't like them, but my dad puts up with it because he knows that it's what I like. Do you have a favorite tattoo? I already answered that. Still the all-time low one. Next question is, how old are you when you got your first piercing? I was 13 and I pierced my lip in my bathroom. You can still see the scar right there. But got over the lip piercing after like 3 years of having it because it just wasn't me. Next question, have you ever been dumped? Yeah, I've never really broken up with anybody, ever. I mean, I haven't dated very many people at all by any stretch of the imagination, but all of them, I didn't break up with any of them. The next question is, how many pairs of plugs / tunnels do you own and where do you buy most of them? Currently, I own 3 pairs. The 2 that are like this, the rubber tunnels, I bought at Hot Topic just because to me they're comfy and I like the way that they look. And then the 3rd pair are a pair of jade plugs that I bought from some piercing pagoda at Hamilton Place Mall. But it's recently come to my attention that I cracked the back of one of them, and anytime I leave it in my ear for over like an hour, it just irritates the shit out of it, and it makes it itchy and uncomfortable, so I don't wear those, or I'm not going to wear them anymore at least. And then the last question is, what do you use to clean / maintain your stretched lobes? Have you used any other method to stretch other than tapers? Really, I just use hydrogen peroxide to clean my ears and the tunnels whenever I take them out or change them. Or I use H2 Ocean to spray it just if I'm feeling that it really needs to be cleaned that much. As far as like any other method used to stretch other than tapers, not really. Like, except for when I skipped like one size and I just kind of put the other, like I used the rubber ones and I just like stretched it with my fingers. Wasn't really the most comfortable thing in the world, but it worked for the most part. I didn't have any like horrible stretching, well, or ripping, so it was good enough. But those are the questions that you guys asked me. Hopefully this was kind of something that you wanted. I mean, obviously you guys asked the questions, so you really wanted to see it. So I will do my best to get the hair and makeup tutorial up and on the internet as soon as I possibly can. Alright, bye guys!